Live from Superior Livestock Auction, it's another Superior Sunrise. For the next half hour, catch up on the latest Superior news, market analysis, and important trends in the cattle industry. Now, here's your host, Beth Bryan.
Welcome to Superior Sunrise. I'm Beth Bryan. I'm glad you joined us this morning. We're live from Billings, Montana for day one of our Big Sky Roundup. We've got a great show for you full of wonderful guests. Starting off with world champion auctioneer Trent Stewart to look at the market, and ending the show with world champion auctioneer Ralph Way to preview what we have on today's auction. So grab that cup of coffee and don't go anywhere. It's time for another Superior Sunrise.
The elements can be relentless. Make sure they have respiratory protection to match.
You're looking for livestock equipment, whether it be permanent or portable, call Ackerman Distributing at 1-800-726-9091. They are number one in the nation with portable wheel krills. Also handle portable tubs and portable alleys, double alleys, loading chutes, manual chutes, hydraulic chutes. AckermanDistributing.com. 1-800-726-9091.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is world champion auctioneer Trent Stewart. Trent, thank you for being here this morning.
Well, it's my pleasure, Beth. Good morning.
Well, you're kind of filling in for Charlie this morning. Charlie is holding the fort back home so he can get started early with us in Fort Worth tomorrow. So we appreciate you filling in and being here and visiting with us this morning. You know, when I talked to Chris Brookman about coming in here, he told us we would never see Montana greener than we were going to see it when we came in. And when I flew in yesterday, it sure was pretty deep to fly in and see all this green country that we have up here.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. We've been blessed. Not just Montana, but the entire Northwest. This spring, it's come late, but it's lasted. And never before in my 44 years have I ever seen it rain every week or every other day, clear almost up to the first day of July, and have real moderate temperatures. And you're right, there's grass everywhere. It's a cow man or cow calf operator's dream, really.
Well, it was great to see it in. The last time you and I sat and visited, we were sitting right beside the Missouri River. It was full to its banks, and a lot of that water has come from up here and is going across the country. So, what a great chance to get out and really see the country. And that's one of the reasons we really do love coming to these away sales and getting to come out and see the consigners and see the country and what they run cattle in and being able to visit with them.
You bet. And that ample moisture, a lot of that dry land corn that's out there, some of that more marginal country that's out there should produce, maybe a little bit better crop too. So if you think about that, maybe that'll make up for some of the country that didn't get planted.
Well, talking about the weather and the rain that we've had and the crops, it leads us into talking about the market. We've had two really great tests of the market so far with these summer sales from Corn Belt and then last week in Pawhuska. What do we have to look forward to on the market today?
We have the opportunity to test the market with the best cattle or some of the very best cattle that this nation builds. So the genetics are there, the programs are there, and there's no better way to find a market than to put the very best product up in front of everybody at public outcry and because everyone's got a different value system. So whether you're a cow or a farmer feeder or a stocker operator or you have finish yards, you want to buy some of the very best stuff, they're going to be offered today, some of them. And we've got some great sales just right around the corner as well that'll be offering some of the best cattle in America as well.
Well, we have a lot to look forward to this summer. We're getting ready for Week in the Rockies. That's coming up July 8th through the 12th. We get to be in Loveland for that. The online catalog's already up, and I know the ladies in Brush worked really hard to get through all those contracts. We have over 200,000 head that we're going to be offering, so another great test of the market. But, we also looking forward, we've got Video Royale coming up, and that deadline is going to sneak up on us.
Yes, I believe it's July the 13th. Yeah. So another really successful sale that we have out there in Winnemucca. That'd be the next showcase, that that you can still consign your cattle to. Great opportunity, and there's great people out there. We have a good time. Everyone gets together in that great town of Winnemucca, Nevada, and whether you're a stocker operator or finish yards, it's a great place to be, great place to find quality genetics, and it's so well attended too. There's a lot of buyers that come up out of California, and stocker operators, and we have a great time.
We do have a great time, and like you said, we've got a lot of buyer participation there at all of our auctions, and it's really great when we're able to watch our consigners visit with these buyers. They ask questions, and our consigners, they really want to make a better herd and a better end product. And what a great opportunity here to be able to put your cattle out, true price discovery, see what they're worth, talk to those buyers, get that feedback. It's a great opportunity for them.
Sincerely, and now more than ever in my career, there's more people that are investing in quality genetics and really believing in it and seeing a difference. I mean, people that would buy $3,000 or $4,000 bulls now have stepped up to the plate and are buying $7,000 or $8,000 bulls, or 10, or have reached that mark because they really believe in what they're doing, but they've seen a change. They've seen the cattle get better, and that's so exciting for me.
It has to be exciting from behind the block, and to be able to see that and shake those consigners' hands and make them happy. We always enjoy that. Trent, thank you so much for being on this morning, filling in. We get to see you again in Loveland, so looking forward to that. Don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll have Gerald Raymond and Ryan Peterson with Select Sires.
Use an AI service to increase the genetic potential of my herd. We're using top-notch bulls. There's no way I could afford to go buy the bulls that I'm using now without AI. I knew Shane would be somebody that could get the job done and provide me with the help that I needed to do a project like this. I AI myself, but there's no way that I could do 250 head in a project by myself, so I relied on Select Sires to help me fill that gap.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Gerald Raymond and Ryan Peterson with Select Sires. Thank you both for being on with me this morning.
Great to be here.
Thank you very much, Beth.
No, well, we always talk about, one of the things that's really important to Superior Livestock is relationships and building relationships. And it doesn't matter if that's with our consigners, the seed stock industry, or industry partners. That's one of the things that Superior Livestock really prides themselves on, are those relationships. And Select Sires is really taking advantage of that and building a relationship with Superior Livestock, from their reps to their your end consumers. So let's talk about that relationship and what that means to Select Sires.
Thank you, Beth, and I couldn't agree more. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to work with people that are like-minded and that have the same kind of goals that we have. I've been to these occasions many times when you've talked about the Superior family, and when we meet together, we talk about the Select family, and it's not just the employees or those who work together. It's those people we work with out in the country, our customers. It's not at all unusual for us to attend a family event of one of our customers, a baptism, a wedding, a funeral, those kinds of things. They become our friends and our family as well. So it was a natural thing to work with the reps from Superior. It's because we are so like-minded. We have the opportunity to create a product. You have the opportunity to place them before the buyers for price discovery. So,
like we were just talking about with Trent, and what a great opportunity, a great way to get feedback, talking about tying all those sectors of the industry together. One of the things that we do is if they are using, Select Sires, we do rotate that with a Superior Progressive Genetic logo. So we're able to identify those lots and get your customers that recognition. What does that mean for Select Sires, but not only that, for your end consumer?
Yeah, it's a great comment, Beth. We like to identify those lots that have the Select Sires genetics in them, and the biggest reason for that is because the feeders want to know what the consistency is behind those cattle. And when we can bring in our high proven, high accuracy sires for our customers to use that have a lot of repeatability, a lot of high customer satisfaction behind them and the progeny that they're creating, and we can produce that year in, year out, those feeders see that, they identify it with the logo and can say, yeah, I can have a safe investment in those cattle. And as we look at trends that we see with the type of carcass merit, the quality grades we're seeing, a lot more cattle grading choice and prime, that's because we're making good investments, good decisions on the sire selection side to allow those genetics to pull all the way through to create a good product. We have strong set of feeder cattle to market, a good set of feeder cattle to feed for the feedlot sector, and then once we go all the way through to the plant and onto the consumer, a high customer satisfaction experience. So putting the logo on there is just one step in the whole bigger picture of it, but we're proud to have that logo on those customers' cattle, and we really appreciate the opportunity to have the relationship, as Gerald mentioned.
Well, we definitely appreciate the opportunity. We appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for being on this morning and visiting with me and being here in the room and visiting with those consumers, and not only that, but educating our consumers also. So thank you very much. We appreciate everything that Select Sires does with Superior Livestock. Well, don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll have Superior Livestock Representative Chris Brookman.
We want a trust relationship with our customers. We want them to know that we care about them, that our products work, and we'll stand behind them.
To come back and purchase, to bid and buy their customers' cattle, they're very, very dedicated to a customer's product, and I think that creates a lot of longevity.
98, that's 63,000. Thank you.
If you're in the stocker business, you know healthier, faster-growing cattle mean less treatment costs, happier customers, and stronger bids on sale day. Exceptional care and good nutrition are the keys to healthy, profitable cattle, and the Gain Smart Stocker program provides you all the tools you need to minimize stress at receiving, stimulate appetite quickly, and create efficient gains on forage or feed. Plus, feeding Gain Smart makes your cattle eligible for Superior's first-ever value-added nutrition program. Learn more about Gain Smart Stocker program and find a dealer near you at gainsmart.com.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is a very busy man, Superior Livestock Representative Chris Brookman. Chris, thank you very much for being on this morning.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Well, I have to start off the interview and talk about what a great time we had last night. We had a great customer appreciation dinner. We talk about it time and time again, but it's always so wonderful to get out to these away sales and be able to see our customers, meet them in person, shake their hand, be able to sit down and eat with them. And last night was no exception.
Yes, a wonderful meal. The service was great. The hors d'oeuvres, we couldn't ask for any better service than last night.
Well, it was very wonderful, and we are in a new hotel this year. We are at the Northern, and I've had a wonderful time. So we enjoy being here and being able to visit with all of the consigners that you have. And talking about your consigners, you are going to be a busy man today. You've got lots of offerings. So if you want to give us kind of a brief recap of what you've got on the auction today.
We have, I guess, 70-some loads on. 80% or better of the cattle that we have on today will be programmed cattle, so we have some good offerings for the feeders and buyers. Good cattle and good people.
Well, and a lot of your consigners, we always talk about, the Superior family. We were just talking about with Select Sires, but, a lot of your consigners are longtime consigners. They're consigners that have been with you through many generations. Being a representative, what does that mean to you?
Well, it means I'm very fortunate, I guess, to have them stick with me so long, like Kelsey Hagen that you're going to interview next. I was representing her family's cattle before her dad and mom were married. In fact, I was representing the cattle when Terry's dad was alive. And then Terry runs a ranch, and now he's got a daughter 20-some years old, so it's kind of showing my age. But a lot of our customers have been with us for 20 to 30 years, so they're very loyal to Superior, and it's a good feeling.
Well, and it's got to be a good feeling and a good fit. And, you were talking about those program cattle. I know that your consigners come to you and they kind of ask for, opinions and advice on what to do. And that program cattle and our value-added programs have to be a way that you can offer them a solution and be able to offer them the best opportunity to market their cattle.
Right. The feeders have to be in a niche now. The average size feeder's got to have some kind of a niche program in order to make his feedlot work. And likewise for the rancher, they have to have the cattle in the niche to where the feeder wants them. So we try to get them to go as many programs as we can, so they go hand in hand with the feeder.
Well, we're going to get to talk about that with Kelsey next, and I sure appreciate you being on because, like I said, I know that you are a very busy man this morning and have lots to tend to today. Thank you very much for all your work you do to put this auction on and the dinner last night and all your hard work behind it because we know you work really hard for it. Don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll come back with Superior Livestock Consigners, Hog and Livestock.
Take control of current market conditions on Superior Livestock's weekly video auction. Register your lot load cattle by Tuesday, sell them on Thursday, putting you 2 days from money with the largest cattle marketing network in North America. Superior Livestock's weekly video auction has over 8,000 active and qualified buyers, and they're paying top dollar. Yep. Jump in. The bidding is hot. Call us or click superiorlivestock.com to learn more.
The Superior Country page is your 24/7 marketplace for buying and selling load-lock calves, feeders, breeding stock, and other cattle. Cattle ranchers like the Country page because it's easy to use, and they get the jump on current market conditions by putting cattle in front of buyers right now. Cattle are ready for sale in minutes, so buyers can start bidding. Call or log on today to find out how the Superior Country page can work for you.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me are Superior Livestock Consigners, Terry and Kelsey Hagen of Hagen Livestock. Thank you both very much for being on this morning.
Thank you very much, Beth.
Well, let's get right into it. I said we've got lots to talk about, but, let's dive right into it. What are you offering on today's auction?
Well, we've got 4 lots on today, and we've got two lots of steers, 2 lots of heifers with a lighter weight on each one. And we're on all the programs, so we're programmed up as much as we can get, and I think that'll be a big deal today.
Well, Terry, Chris kind of beat us to the punch because he kind of started talking about it last, but, you guys have quite the history with Superior Livestock, and you want to talk a little bit about your family's history with Superior Livestock and how long you've been consigners?
Well, I tell you, Beth, I guess we've been with them for almost since they started. I think 1 year we weren't with Superior, but so that would be like 30 to 31 years with them, so... And Chris has been very good for us. He's been a very good rep, so we just want to keep him going as long as he can go.
And we promised last night that we wouldn't tell any bad stories about Chris, right? Well, Kelsey, talking about, all the value-added programs and what you guys are doing, leading right into you, and you have a new position with IMI Global and, can help your dad with those bundling decisions. So why don't you talk about how that kind of fits for, the family and what you do on this side, but then also what you get to do now in your professional life?
Yeah, that's it exactly. So after college, I kind of tried to explore what to do, and I went home for a little bit, and that wasn't the right fit. So I ended up moving to Colorado and working for IMI Global, and has slowly worked my dad into doing some programs with that as well, and quite a few of our friends and some of Chris's customers that he has. So it's been a good experience, and I've learned a lot from it too, and being able to help out our neighbors and answer some questions, and I've just learned a lot for myself and for all of us of what to market and doing those bundling programs and building up on top of doing different programs together. So it's been a really good experience.
Well, it's something that we talk about all summer long because we get to see it, multiply all summer long. We've got all these program cattle and see those premiums, and we always get our consigners, and they want more information. They want to learn how they can build a better end product, right? And so one of the things that IMI does is you're out here at the trade show, and you get to have a booth and talk to those consigners and be able to help them. And like you said, what a great opportunity to help your neighbor, help your family, and be able to get a better end product for everybody.
Yep, that's it exactly. Yeah, this is my first year being at Big Sky, so I'm really excited to be here and especially to represent IMI.
Well, we sure appreciate you. We appreciate your family and your business that you've done with us. We appreciate IMI Global and everything that you do. So thank you guys very much for being on this morning. We sure appreciate you. Don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll have Superior Livestock Representative Howard Hawks.
It's that time of year again. The 2019 Superior Livestock Auction and Buddy Jeffers Memorial Scholarship awards a $6,000 scholarship to a graduating child or grandchild of a Superior Livestock customer or representative. If you're a part of the Superior family, call us at 800-422-2117 or go online at superiorlivestock.com for an application and guidelines. Applications must be postmarked by June 29th. Good luck! Show the world that you ranch the Superior way with apparel, hats, and other merchandise from the Superior online store. Whether you're looking for a gift or something for yourself, the only place to find official Superior Livestock branded apparel is at superiorlivestockstore.com. The online store features name brands such as Port Authority, Click, and Dry Duck. Hats, jackets, shirts, vests, gloves, coolers, and much more are just a click away. Order today.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Superior Livestock Representative Howard Hawks and his wife Carol. Thank you both very much for being on this morning.
Thank you.
We sure appreciate. I know you guys are busy, so we always appreciate when you take time to be on Sunrise with me. But Howard, for folks at home that don't know you, a little bit of your history with Superior Livestock. You're one of the first Superior Livestock reps up here in Montana.
Yeah, I started in 1987.
One of the first reps.
First rep. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that you've seen lots of changes over the years from 1987.
Yeah, we used to have the big ton cameras. Now we got the little hand ones, So that's the biggest change I've seen, and it's been excellent.
Well, now, talking and looking forward, I know that you have a busy day today. Kind of what are you offering on today's auction?
We got quite a few program cattle. That's what they mostly are. We kind of geared up for programs.
Yes, sir.
And we line them up all in a row by weights, and so hopefully it runs well.
Well, we were kind of talking about that last night, the program cattle. We just had the Hoggins on and Kelsey with IMI. And, it's one of the things that we really talk about all summer long are those program cattle and the premiums and the values that we see, especially, when the market is what it is. It's really a way to be able to guarantee that you're going to get paid for what you do.
Exactly, yeah. And that's, right now, that's a nice premium they put a lot of money in it to do it. Yep. But it's well worth it. So I think it'll work well.
Well, and I know that, we have lots of our reps, and it's a team effort, really, between the husband and the wife, right? Because we know who's really behind the scenes doing all the paperwork and filling everything out. So do you want to talk about, being in the industry and being able to help Howard and helping him do what he enjoys?
Well, it is teamwork, and we do work well together. So what he can't do, I kind of fill in. And, like going on with how things change, this whole internet and being able to do things online has just really changed the way we do things, and so it's just nice to be able to work together and get things done.
Well, and we all know who really keeps them straight, right?
That's right.
Well, Howard, one of the things that we definitely wanted to make sure that we talked about or hit on is one of the avenues that you really utilize a lot is the country page at Superior Livestock. Do you want to talk about the benefits that you see on the country page?
Yeah, I started using it. I have a lot of customers that get nervous about being on video. They don't know what they're going to bring. So I consign them and pick a price I think that's bearable, Yeah. And then they have a choice. They don't have to make an immediate decision. They might be there a day, 2 days, or however long. And so I've had a lot of following. And, it's whatever keeps my customers happy. So
That's right. The end game is all about keeping the customers happy. Well, we sure appreciate you both. I know you both have a very busy day today. So thank you both for being on and taking time to be on with me this morning. Don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll close the show with world champion auctioneer Ralph Wade.
A new product from Merck Animal Health is Banamine Transdermal. It's a real breakthrough in therapeutic process in that we can now give Banamine to an animal by pouring it on the back. The labeled indications for Banamine Transdermal are for the reduction of pain associated with foot rot in cattle and the reduction of fever associated with respiratory disease. This is the first time in FDA labeling history that we've had a product approved for pain relief. Banamine's been around for a long time, as an injectable. So one of the limitations has been is that it's been approved for IV use only. So with Banamine transdermal, one of the biggest advantages and breakthroughs that this represents is that we have an established withdrawal time for use in food animals, and that's not been the case previous to this. One of the concerns as an industry that we have is staying off the violative residue list, and the flunixin molecule has been high on that list because it's been given inappropriately, usually intramuscular or sub-Q, and so the withdrawal times are very uncertain under those conditions. So we can effectively take flunixin off that list by converting to Banamine transdermal. We have an 8-day withdrawal, and we can use that with confidence. You can learn more about Banamine transdermal by going to banaminetd.com. A lot of technical information there for you, or certainly talking with your veterinarian about it is a great way to learn how that might be used in your particular operation.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is world champion auctioneer Ralph Wade. Ralph, thank you very much for being on this morning.
Hey, it's great to be here. Billings, Montana. And, flying in here yesterday, Beth, I don't ever remember, and I've been in this country quite often, that I've ever seen this country this green. I'm going to call it green country because, it was beautiful flying in. They've had great moisture through a lot of this country. Talking to some of the ranchers last night at the customer appreciation dinner, telling me about if you get an opportunity, get out, go look at some of this country, what it looks like right now, because it's got its Sunday best on, and they said, the clover is just unbelievable. And so, hey, it's always great to have a good year in the cattle business.
Green means money, right, Ralph?
Yeah, I hope so anyway. It's kind of like an old rancher told me one time, it's always great to have cattle, water, and grass in the same pasture at the same time.
There you go. That's all we need, right? Well, talking about cattle, water, and grass, they've got plenty of it up here, and we've got lots of great cattle to offer. So what do we have on today's auction?
Oh, we're going to knock it over the fence today. We've got, a great lineup of cattle, as you well know, and a lot of these cattle on the, programs, and a lot of these programs brought out, the Brookmans and all of them up here have done really well. And getting these cattle in here and getting these people on these programs, and we talk about it a lot, what a great advantage in marketing it is to have that, and we've got it right here today. And we're going to start out with our yearling steers, region 1 and 2, and then of course the heifers in region 1 and 2, yearling heifers right behind that, and then we'll be right on to the wean calves on the region 1 and 2, and then we're going to sell the calves on cows in region 1 and 2, and that's going to wind up our day. We're going to be right up here in this area, Montana, Wyoming, and the outskirting areas, and just a great lineup of calves. We got one lot of breeding bulls on right at the end. If you're interested in some good Gelbvieh bulls, they're not kickbacks at all. They're going to be sorted out of 25 head. So that's that's great if you're looking for some Gelbvieh breeding bulls.
Well, we've got, so like you said, we're up here in region 1 and 2, and then we'll go back to Fort Worth tomorrow and sell the rest of the country tomorrow. We do have a quick turnaround, don't we, Ralph? Well, if there's any of these lots that interest you and you still need a buyer's number, you can still give us a call in the Fort Worth office. The ladies would love to set you up. The number there is 800-422-2117. Ralph, we had a great week last week in Pawhuska. Before we were in Council Bluff. We're looking forward to Week in the Rockies. We've got a lot of great things going on at Superior Livestock right now.
We're backing it up. One thing you got to give them girls and Brush a big hand. They have been working hard to get this all pulled together and get it done. So our hats off to them, no doubt about it. But yes, we are, and we're coming off a great sale in Council Bluffs into last week up at Pawhuska. A great sale there, a great turnout. A lot of people. That's our first time to be in Pawhuska, and they're at the Pioneer Woman at the event center, and we had a lot of the ranchers through that country that had never seen Superior before, and that's what we like about being able to come out here to Billings, to Council Bluffs, to the Tallgrass sale in Pawhuska. Now we're going to go to Colorado and then Winnemucca. Is that these ranchers, the people that we're out there really working for, trying to help them market their cattle the Superior way, they can come and see what we do. Those that it isn't like you just do it and see if it's going to work. You can come see what we really get done. So if you're around, come see us. We want to show you what we can do the Superior way.
Well, that's right. We have lots of representatives that are always here to talk to talk to someone. And not only that, we have all these industry partners, and they're here to help and to help guide them through the process, whether it's IMI Global. We have lots of the breed associations that come out, lots of the AI services. So lots of help to be able to be offered. Well, they're wrapping us up. Real quick, we want to make sure that we mention the Superior Livestock Scholarship. That deadline is Saturday, so we want to make sure that those kids take advantage of that.
You bet. Buddy Jeffers, the scholarship that Harriet and they started when Buddy Jeffers passed away, and it's a great scholarship and a great opportunity. So don't miss it. It's this Saturday, correct?
Yes.
There's a deadline for getting that in. So bring it in.
That's right. Bring it in. Well, stay tuned for the auction and then join us right back here at 7:30 a.m. Central for another edition of Superior Sunrise.